Okay, picture this. Your absolute biggest star is injured, forced to just sit and watch from the sidelines in Seattle. And the stakes? Well, they literally could not be higher. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely massive, completely historic World Cup victory for the US men's national team. We're talking about a statement 2-0 win over Australia that proved without a shadow of a doubt this squad has absolutely no limits. Let's get into it.
So, the big question hanging in the air right before kickoff was incredibly simple, but man, it was totally terrifying for US fans. Can the USA actually win without Christian Pulisic? We'd spent days stressing over his left calf, right? He took that nasty kick to the leg during the Paraguay match, and the pregame panic was 100% real. Was he gonna play? Ultimately, he was ruled out, and suddenly, this entire match became the ultimate test for this 2026 roster.
To truly wrap your head around the pressure of this moment, I want you to think about the number 96. That is how many years it's been since the United States won back-to-back games at a World Cup. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking all the way back to the start of the inaugural edition in 1930. 96 years. And these guys were being asked to snap that near-century-old streak on home soil without their very best player on the pitch. No pressure, right?
Section 1. The Pulisic problem. A missing star.
Okay, let's dive into this. For a previous generation of US teams, losing a talent like Pulisic right before a knockout-style must-win, that would have been a tournament-defining blow. It's the kind of loss that just derails everything. I mean, look at the massive void he leaves. 33 international goals in 87 appearances. He is, without a doubt, their most experienced attacker. Stripping that kind of guaranteed production and leadership right out of your starting lineup is basically a nightmare scenario. But, as you'll see, playing without their star didn't derail them at all. Because this group, they're just wired differently. Not this team, and definitely not in 2026.
Section 2. First half firepower. Stepping up.
So how exactly did this 2026 squad respond to the adversity? Did they play scared? Did they sit back and absorb pressure? Absolutely not. Right from the opening whistle, the US made their intentions brilliantly clear. They took the fight directly to the Aussies. Let's walk through this crazy, rapid first half timeline. 11th minute, striker Balogun just streaks down the left side. He powers this incredibly dangerous pass right into the penalty area, and it totally forces Australian defender Cameron Burgess to accidentally boot it into his own net. Boom, 1-0 USA just like that. Fast forward just before halftime, 43rd minute. 21-year-old Alex Freeman gets his head on the deflected shot by Serginho Dest. It goes to video review, the tension is insane, but VAR confirms it. 2-0 at the half, the job was essentially done right then and there.
And this brilliantly illustrates Folarin Balogun's elite mindset right now. Listen to what he said. I want to be dangerous. If I can force an error that gives us the lead, for me, that's like a goal as well. The guy who scored twice against Paraguay did it again here against Australia, but this time using his movement rather than his finish. He created that massive wave of momentum right out of the gate by forcing an error, and he viewed it with the exact same pride as if he'd buried it himself. Love to see it.
Section 3. Second half tactical control. Maturity on display.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in the data between the two halves. The first half was all about that offensive firepower, right? But the second half, that was absolute tactical maturity. Australia's coach, Popovich, rolls the dice, makes 3 changes at halftime trying to spark a comeback. But the USA, they didn't panic, they didn't overextend, they just sat back, controlled possession, and basically let the Socceroos try and totally fail to break them down. Look at these numbers. First 60 minutes, the USA fires off 8 shots, 2 on goal, constantly attacking. But in the final 30 minutes, just 1 US shot, adding a microscopic 0.1 to their expected goals. Why does that matter? Well, it proves this team knows exactly how to win. They didn't need to be spectacular or take crazy risks. The damage was already done.
Section 4. The Freeman family legacy.
Which brings us to what is, honestly, the emotional heartbeat of this explainer. The breakout moment for 21-year-old Alex Freeman. Think about it. A few months ago, hardly any fans had him pegged as a key player for this World Cup. But his 43rd minute goal didn't just put the game to bed, it cemented this beautiful piece of American sports history. See, Alex is the son of Antonio Freeman. Yeah, the Antonio Freeman who taught one of the most famous touchdown passes in Super Bowl history. Alex actually described his first career World Cup goal as a full-circle family moment. A father who wins the Super Bowl and a son who scores at the World Cup. It literally does not get more poetic than that.
And you know, it's not just about raw athletic talent getting passed down through the DNA. Listen to Coach Mauricio Pochettino's glowing praise for him. The evolution is massive. He's so humble. He's a player that you really enjoy being with. That right there, That is the defining story of American football in 2026. It's no longer about one single star carrying the entire team on his back. It's a whole generation of young guys who are humble, they're hungry, and they're completely ready to step up the second their number is called.
Section 5. The knockout round awaits.
So what does this monumental performance actually mean for the tournament? Well, later that exact same night, Paraguay defeated Turkey 1-0. And because of that result, the USA didn't just scrape into the knockout round, they officially won Group D outright with a game to spare. Just take a second to appreciate these jaw-dropping group stage stats. 6 goals scored, 2 wins, 0 goals conceded, Group D winners. They're getting production from literally every corner of the roster. And by the way, those 6 goals, that is just 1 single goal shy of their all-time record for a World Cup. It's just absolute dominance from back to front.
All right, here are the hard logistical facts you need to know next. Mark your calendars right now. July 1st, Santa Clara, California, round of 32, the U.S. will be facing a still-to-be-determined third-place group finisher. The stage is completely set for a massive summer clash on the West Coast.
Which brings us to our final thought today. The USA are through to the knockout round of the World Cup. They've scored 6 goals. They've conceded absolutely none. They shattered a 96-year-old record, and their best player hasn't even played a single minute yet. Just let that sink in for a second. Think about how terrifying that prospect is for future opponents. This dominant, well-oiled machine of a team is still waiting for Christian Pulisic to return to the lineup. If you want to understand the true story behind the score, this is it. Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and we'll catch you in the next breakdown.